All right, we're going to give this one, let's say, half an hour's grace. There's been this thing. I'm watching a lot of internet content. Got too much time on my hands, but I mean, it is what it is. And they're talking a lot about male loneliness, like it's a new phenomenon. In animal kingdom, you often see males just basically like nomads. It's not uncommon. And the way in the human world we frame a concept like male loneliness is like there's this weirdo stigma to it. And perhaps there is. See, the thing in life is you have to own your shit. If you let people shame you out of your position, oh well, you should be ashamed. Or you haven't got a woman, you're not married, and stuff like that. Well, okay, if you're gonna ask me currently, because I've totally split with my ex now, totally split. Am I lonely? Yes, but is that the point though? Am I happier when I'm lonely than when I was with her? That's the big question, and that's one I can't quite answer at the moment. Have I enjoyed painting half the house and nearly finishing my media room? Oh yes, it's been extraordinary. It's been absolutely extraordinary. Male loneliness, I guess, in some regard, it's no different to female loneliness. How are you going to occupy your time? You're going to go gym, you're going to read books, go to the library, go out and actually meet some new people. That's not really my thing. I'm not a big people person, so it's not really my thing. And look, if loneliness was that bad, why are people so anxious to get out of their relationships and get out of their marriages? Why are people so reluctant not to get into marriages? And it's not coping. Look, Beats is coping because you've got to sell that because he's lonely. Look, lonely one week, occupied with a partner the next. It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter. Are you happy in the relationship? Are you happy in the time you have to spend by yourself? How do you cope? How productive are you? Are you making money? What kind of money are you making? Because these are the things. And I've got to talk from a man's perspective, because I'm a man. For a male, I can't be worried about my social groups and people. Oh, look, she's lonely. He's lonely. Like men talk about everything these days. Like, they have to make these big self-help groups. Like Ade was talking about, he was going to do mental health on his channel, and that's fair enough. Before I judge what Ade's going to do, I have to see it. I'm going to look and see what he's doing. But when my mum passed away, a lot of people said, "Oh, you need to go see someone about it." I mean, like, because obviously I wasn't in my right mind. I wasn't in my right mind, and I never went and saw anyone. I never went and saw anybody about it. And that's me basically dealing with life how I've always dealt with it. And for the most part, it's worked. And Sometimes it's just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So my thing is, day by day, I'm still gonna miss my mom. I'm still gonna think of the things that happened before she passed and stuff like that. But I'm gonna walk through it though. I'm gonna walk through it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna walk through it. Not everything has to be a big discussion, you know. And there was a bunch of women laughing at this so-called concept. See, the thing is, right? They're laughing at a concept. These people don't realize how stupid they are. There was all these women making jokes about male loneliness. Who are you laughing at? You're laughing at an internet concept. How real is it? It's an internet concept. It's something that's just trending right now, you know. And they're saying, oh, these men can't get laid, and this get laid. And that's how disgusting a lot of women these days are. They're judging you as a man by how much you get laid. When in a previous time, women played down how much they were getting laid. But nowadays, they're competing with men. You know, I'm getting laid more than you, dude. Well, you should do. It's easy to spread your legs as a woman and get laid. It's not a flex. It's not a flex. Yeah, so, you know, and if it is coping, it is coping. But to me, it's not coping, because I already came out and said, yes, sometimes in the evening, you come in home, woman ain't there, don't have to look after my mum, I haven't got this, my social circles have changed. Lonely, yes, but so what? So what? It's my solitude. It's my solitude. What I do with it determines if it's good solitude or negative solitude. It's as simple as that. All these, I mean, yeah, we need to have these big discussions about what? Big discussions about what? Your social circle can change anytime, at any time. Fight Sport says loneliness is real more than ever thanks to social media and technology mostly. No, that's not true. No, that's not true at all. It's not true. What you said there is not true. There's always been loneliness before. So why would social media put extra emphasis on people being lonely? No, it's not true at all. There's always been loneliness there. The only difference is we don't have social media to air out everything that's going on in our lives. Oh, I had pink salmon for dinner. Oh, and this, that, and this, that, and that. And I think this. That's all it is. And I'm not saying I don't air out none of my stuff on social media. That's the only difference. You know, and men especially, we've become so reliant on validating ourselves on the internet. There should be way more women on social media than men. Way more. You see, with boys, when I was growing up, there are programs like Why Don't You? And they were telling you how to make bikes out of waste materials around the way, go-karts and all these great things they would teach you how to build and make. And like, these were popular programs. Blue Peter would show you how to make ships in a bottle and airplanes and all this great stuff. And when I was growing up, my cousins and their friends, they actually made bikes. They made bikes, go-karts, the lot. I remember one time my cousin helped me make a go-kart. I was so proud when my go-kart was made. A go-kart, yeah, wicked. And a good go-kart, right? And it's about being self-sufficient. Yeah? Own your shit. Go to the restaurant by yourself if necessary and order the meal that you want. Pay for your stuff and then go home. It's no big deal. Live on your own terms. Live on your own terms. That's my advice. You know what I mean? Go to the gym. Listen, you got enough time to go to the gym. You've got enough time to study how to invest money, make money, you know, create your own environment. That's what I'm doing right now. Like, you know what I mean? I'm changing up my house decor totally right now. You know what I mean? Find something to occupy yourself. Don't go to the self-help. My advice is don't go to the self-help group. Don't go. Yeah? Tough it out. It's a boxing channel, yeah? So we all right, we go by the philosophies of boxing. Grip your fucking gum shield, tough it out, but be productive. Don't just tough it out with your face skin up. Be productive and go see what's next. You know what I mean? Men shouldn't be crying about everything. Loneliness, yeah, so what? So what? There's all types of different levels of everything. You could be in a partnership, in a marriage. Is it a healthy, productive partnership? Is it helping you develop as a person? Is it breaking you down? Are you thinking, I can't wait to get away from this person? I just don't know how to because, you know, I'm going to have to rehouse myself. Then there was going to be all the assets have got to be worked out between us. Don't look at other people as a barometer to where you need to be and where you are. Now, when I say that, that's not blanket. That's not a blanket. But don't look at it for the bigger picture of where you need to be or where you are. Obviously, you can extract from people in successful relationships and people in successful loneliness. You can extract from either. You know what I mean? Like, boy, it's what has happened to us as men? What has happened? Moaning about loneliness now, male loneliness, men have always have had mental health issues, right? And and if you're a man, you know what the truth is? You're supposed to have mental health issues. You're just not supposed to bawl and bitch and cry about it, but you're supposed to have them. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 What? You think you're some anomaly, some weirdo? No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not some anomaly. Some days it should get on top of you. Things should get on top of you. The problem is, how long are you going to let it stay on top of you? You're overweight. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Take what's it called again? Ozempic. You know what you're going to do? You take Ozempic, or you're going to go gym and eat properly. What are you going to do? You could see the thing is, we're starting to talk ourselves out of stuff. That's the big. We're starting to talk ourselves out of a lot of crap and basic stuff as well. How does like diet become such a big issue in society? Diet. We as grown people have to be told not to eat too much sugar and saturated fats and stuff as grown people. And I'm overweight. I'm not saying that I'm going to lose my weight, but I mean, I know what I have to do. But it shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be there. Like basic instructions on life. Don't overeat. Don't overdrink. Don't overdo anything because obviously there's got to be balance. You know, I have to be so happy What? You don't have to be. What does that mean exactly? You have to have this big beaming smile on your face, walking. That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. You're an adult. You can't be walking around with a big beaming smile on your face all the time. You're an adult. Sometimes it's going to be sombre moods. It is what it is. And so there should be. Adam, I just watched the first 8 rounds of the Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero fight. Ryan is up 5-3 on my scorecards in a very lame fight. Ryan was up 5-3? Boy, you must be a Ryan fan. Dirty boxing habits. Yes, beats. Catching this up at work. Need some boxing beats and rhymes. Real talks. No problem at all. No problem at all. Yeah, get the likes up, people. Get the likes. Get the likes. Yeah. Ulix, he recalls Blue Peter. And here's one I've done earlier. Yeah. Like, where has that practical advice to boys gone? Where has that gone? You know, people walking around like they're never supposed to have mental issues. They're not supposed to have any mental struggles. Says who? Says who? Exactly. And you know what is brilliant about this country? Yeah. And that's what, you know, one reason that I don't let people shame me out of what I want to say. Lady Chan, big up sis. She says, bite down on the gum shield. Do you and do you well. Exactly, Chan. Exactly. Bite down. You know what I mean? Gloves up and get back in there. You know what I mean? And get back in there. Yeah, like, you know, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought there. Let me go back to the end of the video. I want to hear exactly where I was going. I can't stand this too. Thank you for the super chat, Chan. Let me hear what I was saying. 1 sec. Now, what was I saying? What was I saying? Just going back to the live feed. Yeah, we're like. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, basically, right? What would the British say? What's one of the British sayings? Yeah, stiff upper lip. Stiff upper lip. And you know, like the modern day people, oh, you shouldn't tell people that because you're making them feel bad about themselves that they can't express this. If you want to express yourself. But if you want to stiff upper lip it, stiff upper lip it. There's 2 options there. If people trying to take away your option that oh, you have to be this open book, open about everything. No, you don't. You don't necessarily. Sometimes you just have to stiff upper lip it, right? Gloves up, and get back in there, me old son. It is what it is. Yeah, stiff upper lip. The British stiff upper lip. How you think they came through the blitz on them thing? You know what I mean? Stiff upper lip. Big up, Chan. Case K, if you believe in God or a higher power, he says life won't be easy, but you will get through it. Yes, indeed. Yes. There you go. There you go. Ulix, we all have issues back in the day. You could not air them out. It's social media that's giving them a place to do it on a massive, scale. Yes, indeed. Now, if your thing is to go into a self-help group, you don't listen. Don't be thinking Beats is telling you no. Do what you got to do whatever you've got to do to get through to the next day. Because if you can't get through to the next day, then you can't make change. Yeah. Whatever you've got to do to get through to the next day, you do. So if that's self-help groups, do what you do. Right? But if that's like just getting on with it, get up and go to work. Yeah. Get up and go running. Get up and go to the gym. Got to do what you got to do. See, the thing, what it is as humans is consistency, isn't it? And this is what I was saying the other day. Like we see with Delicious Ori, yeah? He's got a lot of options. So he's saying to himself, he's not going to box. He's going to finish his master's or bachelor's or whatever he has, and he's going to go into the corporate world, right? That's what he's going to do, right? And that's good. But the problem with, not with that, but with people taking a similar approach is they haven't mastered anything. They don't have a master's degree. They don't have anything. So one stage, they want to do this job, or they want to go in this direction. They want to go that direction. And there's no stability and there's no consistency there. Yeah. And with the amount of information you get from social media and all the different people you meet, all the content you're absorbing, all the advice, or like these groups telling you you can make £1 million in 2 minutes here and all this, that, like a lot of people right now with social media are effed. They're basically lost in the social media bubble where they're trying to be everything they're seeing on there. So if they see one particular pocket of activity, they want to be in that. But you can't. You have to give your all. Normally, you got, like, say if you're a boxer, right? You've got to give your all to boxing. You can't be saying, yeah, I want to be the next Mike Tyson, yeah? You want to be the next Mike Tyson. But at the same time, right, you're watching the gossip pages about hip-hop beefs and Meg and Tory and this, that. Well, you're never going to be that guy. You're never going to be that guy. You have to switch on social media and stay in the gym and talk to your coach, talk to your training partners and the people in your gym and boxing promoters and people in the industry, old school fighters, reading your books, eating properly and exercise. You've got to be in the zone. But see, social media is telling a lot of people that if they're not on there constantly, they're missing out on something. And it's the biggest lie. It's the biggest lie ever. Lady Chan, I decided on a short trip to a continent. I haven't been to Africa, North America, Morocco, as my plan on not being just in one place has to be executed. British pound sterling goes a long way. Yeah, man. That's it. That sounds productive. I like that. I like that. I like that. Clan McQuillan have met others in a similar boat. Now we arrange our own walks, etc., as well as doing group walks. Stick to your plan. There you go. There you go. If you can arrange a little group like that to go through your walks, right? What are you doing automatically? You're addressing obesity. You're addressing endorphins, you know what I mean, that you need from walking, which is great for your mental health. You're addressing a whole load of issues, and there's a whole lot of you walking, right? So it's not like you're all meeting together. Oh, my wife's lifting on the bills. No, you're going walking. You're getting it out of there, and that's going to give you the resolve to go and tackle all them issues that have been bogging you down. Ulix Game says, facts beats, as it has been said, you cannot serve two masters. There you go. You can't. You can't. Yeah. Can't serve two. Yeah, yeah. Because one man can only serve one God. Can I get a witness? Don't let me have to pull one's card. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh. Yeah, man. Male loneliness. And like the women who are making and mocking the men, all you have to do is do a little dive into their lives. And then you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't mock anyone. Like if I heard that women were going, oh, yeah, look. But that's what's happening now, isn't it? Like everybody, like they derive their happiness on other people's perceived unhappiness. That's how they derive their happiness. Adam, he says, "You're my favorite rapper, beats and rhymes. Favorite rapper." Yeah, man. Yeah, I know the bars. I know the bars. I know the bars. I know the bars. Adam said, "I'm a favorite rapper." I'll go with that. I'll go with that. Jimmy says, "Salute beats. Gonna listen to the background while I do my PC work." Yep, yep. Get that work done, Jimmy. That's it. Get the work done. That's your priority, Jimmy. You know what I mean? It's no one else's priority. If you don't do it, Jimmy, no one else ain't gonna do it. If Jimmy don't do it, no one else ain't gonna do it. And you might have woke up saying, "Oh, I don't want to do all this work," but by the end of your work day, yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll be good. Lefez, it's funny how we have more nutritional information, but people are fatter than ever. Yeah, and we have all this information on how to make money, and there's more poverty. I'm not going to say than ever, but there's a whole lot of poverty out there. You know what I mean? Streets are no safer. All this information, all this technology, and all this enlightenment, but yet, can you walk on the street at late night and feel safe? Probably not. Ryan M, learn about yourselves in loneliness, to mother and father oneself, so that when relationship season comes around, we are not beggars and insecure control freaks, but contributors and progressors. Yeah, right. You're on it, bro. Right, on it, bro. Rides on it. I like that. To mother and father oneself. That's what that. Yeah. You got it there. You got it right there. You got it right there. You see, however you get to that point of loneliness, you're there. However you got there, you're there. And it's what you do with it. Because look, it could come at a point in your life where you're lonely, where it is detrimental. And anyone who's there, I feel for you. I feel for you. Yeah, because there might not be no return. But loneliness opens up opportunities, opens up a whole lot of opportunities. A whole lot. A whole lot. Yeah. Lefez, I can't stand toxic positivity. Yeah, that's a nice. I like that one. Everyone has to be all smiles all the time, no matter what. From what I hear, Russia isn't like that. Yeah. There's lots of places where the the unrealistic expectancies are not practiced and preached. You know what I mean? Yeah. Toxic positivity. Yeah. Salute. Okay. Salute. People asking you like to accept like stupid shit in life. You know what I mean? Like I'm not getting into no debate on TRNS or LGBT, but how are you going to tell a sensible, rounded, pragmatic, assured person? And I'm very like how can I say it? I'm very principled in what I know is right, or at least I believe I am. How are you going to tell me that I have to accept this man going into a boxing ring to punch up another woman? I have to accept that, or I'm the person in the wrong. No, no. It's not godly and it's not right. That's not you allowing them is not you being positive. You allowing them to do that is not you being positive and all encompassing of all things. No, that's you being illogical, irrational, and going against God. Yes. Just like that. McQuillan says, yeah, man, I work in a place where toxic positivity is rife, grinds my gears when the reality is far from positive. Yeah. See, a lot of people don't know what positivity is. They think positivity is putting a man in a boxing room in a woman, or letting a man go in the same toilets as a 4 or 5 year old girl, and stupidness like that. And no, that's not positive. That's not positive. That's not positive. You know what I mean? BG London says women have the stiff upper lips too back in the day. Oh yeah, listen, women had to tough it out just like we did back in the day. Women had to tough it out. Yeah, that's tough it out. Like if you were to get the women pre-social media who we used to roll and talk with, right? You wouldn't hear them laughing at something, the latest trend. You wouldn't let male loneliness. You wouldn't see them laughing at it. They take a more pragmatic approach to it. But that's the immaturity of young boys and girls today, isn't it? Very immature, aren't they? Very immature. Yeah. Oh, you're still in therapy with your leg? That's a bad break, case 7 months ago. That's a bad break, bro. It's a bad break. I broke my leg 2007, and it did take a little time to heal, you know. It did take a little time, I'm not going to lie. And you know the funny thing is, yeah, I broke my leg when I was around 13 years of age. Broke my ankle. And obviously, you know, got it all plastered up and went back home. And then I remember a couple of weeks going back to the hospital, or whenever it was. Me and my mom went to the hospital. And the doctor, and this is a true story, he called in other doctors and looked, yo, you need to look at his bone. It's nearly healed all the way. Like they were looking in amazement how quickly the bone healed. And obviously, I was young, but he said even that I was young, that it's healing exceptionally quickly. He's like puzzled. Shit healed up quick. Yeah. But when you get older, them things is like a burden, boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's what it is. Yeah, I like the idea of the walking group, McQuillan. That's definitely good. It's definitely good. Yeah, yeah. You just got to be like you say, Case. It's like a matter of faith and doing whatever you can to assist the recovery, like from either a mental or physical perspective, and staying positive. Big up, Bruce Gas. Big up, Bruce. Case said I didn't hear about male loneliness until a few years ago. Yeah, because like by titling it, they're making it into a thing when it's not a thing really. It's not a thing. And no disrespect to fight sport, like the internet and social media have not made loneliness more of a thing. It's always been there. It's always been there. And at high rates. The red pill nonsense era. Yeah, BG. Definitely. Yeah. 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 Well, you're right, Chan. You don't have to be rich in spirit, but the money does help though, don't it? The money helps, man. The money helps. Cases. I'm an introvert. I don't want to be tied down in a relationship. I'm not sure I want to be right now, but I'll keep the door open. But um, I don't think I've got the temperament for long-term relationships. I don't think I have. I don't think I have. But you see, I shouldn't even see when you say stuff like that, you talk a lot of stuff into existence. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. Ryan M. Loneliness is a gift from life to reevaluate, slow down, and get disciplined and go again. Yeah. Yep. Muhammad says nothing to smile about anyway. Yeah. Look, the truth is sometimes there ain't nothing to smile about. That is the truth. Yeah. Sometimes there is not nothing to smile about. And if there's not nothing to smile about, you shouldn't just be putting on this big cheesy grin pretending that everything's cool. No, you shouldn't. You need to go and look at the root of what's going on and attempt to amend it. Yeah. Yeah. Lady Chan says, London to Africa, 4 hours on a plane. We blessed. Use the world as your oyster. Other countries have to spend grands to get to the motherland and a long distance full plane. Yeah, man. Safe travels. I mean, yeah. Why not? If you've got the resources to go travel, it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. I'm not really good, like a good traveler in recent years, to be honest, though. Yeah. Lady Champs, the same with me. I had a clean spinal fracture of my right arm in my early 20s. The doctors were amazed after 3 weeks that it was healing and didn't need surgery. I was in a heavy cast 3 weeks. Yeah, you know what I mean? This is the Jamaican genes, shish. Yeah, shit. It's a yard thing, you get me? Just joking. Baby's a yard thing. The Fez, I'm in no good position to be in a relationship. I've got way better things to take care of. I've gotten close to taking care. Yeah, that I haven't gotten close. Yeah. You got to prioritize. You know what I mean? If you go into a relationship like you're saying, right, where you've got other things you need to prioritize, it's just gonna set you back even further. That's what it's gonna do. That's all it's gonna do. Billy Hicks, yes. Good afternoon, Bill. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. You know what I mean? Like own your crap. Don't let people like, oh, you must be lonely then. Yeah, I am. So you're really unhappy? No. It's not they don't necessarily have to correlate. Loneliness, unhappiness. No, they don't. No, they don't actually. No, they don't. They don't necessarily have to correlate. That's like me saying, "Oh, you're married then." Yeah. So you're happy. Well, so if that was the case, why is there so much divorce? Why there's so much reluctance for people to get into marriage? Then? You know what I mean? Chris Mateus says, "R.I.P. to Jamaica's finest, Mike McCallum." Yeah, man. Big up, Mike. McQuillan says loneliness shouldn't exist when we have cats on this planet. That's a good point. You can go get a pet. I'll tell you what, yeah. The way my flat, right, it's on top of another flat. And it's a two flat in a house. If I had access to a back garden, I probably would have had a dog a long time back. I probably would have done. You know what I mean? LaFez, R.I.P. to the Jamaican curry goat, Mike McKellen. Big up Anthony Mackin. Good afternoon, bro. Good afternoon. Yeah. I wanted to get a dog, you know, an Alsatian. I've always wanted, but man, I tell you what, next place I move to, if I have access to a good garden, yeah, I definitely will. I definitely will. Anthony says dogs provide a lot of solace. Yes, they do. They do. I have to love my Alsatian, man. JR. I love that dog. That dog had I'll tell you one story, yeah, when I was a kid. I was play fighting with my friend. Just play fighting, yeah? Just messing about, just outside my house when my dad had the off license. And my dog was barking and barking and barking, and he couldn't get to us because it was inside while we're playing outside. So I'm just thinking, he's just barking, just like he's just doing whatever. So I'm saying, shut up. He's just barking away. My dad comes back, right, gets out the van, opens the door, and as soon as he opens the door, the dog lunged for my brethren, lunged at him. And it bit him a little, but we pulled it off. Yeah. It lunged. It didn't even hesitate. It didn't even hesitate. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy. That's crazy. Nobody came near me when I'm walking the dog, bro. No one coming near me. No one. Fez, this is why I don't like dogs. I'm not a big fan of dogs, to be honest, but yeah. That's why I'd like to have one, but it's maintenance as well, isn't it? It's a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of maintenance. But like Anthony said, that they do bring solace. They do bring a lot of good qualities. That can't be denied. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is what it is, people, man. Like, don't be shamed out of whatever you want. Like, if it is if loneliness or whatever it is, you know, like I remember I was discussing getting bullied on this channel. So, Beats get bullied. Like, I should be ashamed. I'm not ashamed of it. Yeah, I got bullied and I stopped getting bullied. So I'm not ashamed of it because it was a very pivotal part of my. I learned a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. I'm not talking about it like, you're bullied, so bad. No, you learn a lot of stuff. You learn a lot of stuff about yourself. Like, for a start, what was YB saying? Yeah, everyone needs to learn some kind of martial arts or contact shit. Yeah, that's right. And that's what I did. That's what I did. You learn stuff. Yeah. And I think the thing, what was important that I learned is when I stopped getting bullied, is not to become a bully. That was very important. Yeah, I've had a few pets. I've had a few pets. My dad made me go to the gym, and he didn't even know I was getting bullied. You know, I could just see it. My dad thought, this boy turned a pussy. I'm gonna bring to the boxing gym. I know how my dad thinks. You know? I know how my dad thinks. Yeah, Yeah, yeah. And he took me to the boxing gym, to the Tottenham Enterprise gym. Yeah, yeah. I remember going in there, and like the guy put the bag in front of me, says, "Go and put the gloves on." And I started swinging on this bag. He said, "No, no, no." He stuck the jab on there and the one, two, and shit. Yeah, and so just, I'll never forget that. You know, I'll never forget that. Never forget that. Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I tell you what, right? You know the effed up thing is, right? After I started boxing in the first year, within a few months, right? The lessons came in so handy. I had one fight in the playground. I caught this guy with these straight shots, and I'm busting his eye with the red up his eye, and he just started crying. Like what I remember the final punch I licked him with, it was in the eye. Bam! Man, just yo, yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's all about. I didn't start the fight. He started it because his class, right? Their teacher didn't turn up, so they amalgamated our class into his class. So the headmaster took the lesson, the hour, and he gave us a quiz. It was our class against their class in a quiz. And they had a lot of degenerates in their class. I mean, a lot of idiot boy. We mashed them up. We brought them up in the quiz. So we're laughing. You know what I mean? Like Belgas, we're laughing. Yeah, we won the quiz. We won the quiz. Man says, "What are you laughing at?" A man pushed me in my back. So I wasn't gonna fight. Then my brother said, "No, you got to fight him, man. You got to fight him." So come out there and fight. Hey, listen. I put the hands on this dude, bro. Put the hands on it. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice, man. That was nice. BG had a Doberman. All my friends were shook of me. Yeah, the Doberman will do it, BG. The Doberman will definitely do it. You know what I mean? And you know, let me tell you something. You see that fight there? That fight I had. See the guy I beat up? He turned into a journeyman. Because at that time there, everyone thought he was the big bad, I mean, not the hardest in the school or anything like that, but he used to hang around with second years. And everyone thought, oh yeah, he's about what he's about. He turned into a journeyman after that. After I'd done him in, another guy in my class beat him up, and then he got beaten up again. Yeah, turned into a journeyman. I would never be a bully. I could never be a bully. I could never be a bully. It just wouldn't work out for me. It wouldn't work out for me. For a start, if it comes to fighting and I'm starting to fight, there'd be no passion in my fighting. It has to be something where you start it. then I can, you know what I mean, then I can get busy. Then I can get busy. Yeah, he turned into a journeyman, units. Turned into a journeyman. Yeah. Dr. Wu says, better be alone with peace of mind and money in your pocket than be broke and stressed out. Being broke ain't no joke, man. Being broke is no joke. You know what I mean? And that's the thing now, right? I think a lot of people come on social media and they try and develop a certain persona rather than actually being about who they say they are in their real life. You know what I mean? McQuillan says, I never liked fighting as I get blind rage. Lost it a few times and couldn't remember what I'd done. Pulled into a room 9 to be told I was kicking some boy in the face. And head was shook. Was a shock. Oh yeah, see that see. I start as I've got older. I figured out why I don't like getting in fights. And what you're saying is one of the and I tell you what, right? Even at my age now, I'm realizing a lot of stuff, right? That if I get into a conflict right now, and I've got to do something about it, I'm gonna have to like really think. Let me tell you one reason why I've got to think. Because my mum isn't around no more. So I don't have to worry about my mum threatening if I get into trouble or this. So right now I'm thinking, boy, I don't even have to care about that. I just do what I have to do. And people talk about, is it proportionate response? I don't know about that. See, the thing is, yeah, if I don't put my hand on someone and I haven't took nothing from you, right, and you slap me in my arm, you might think, oh, well, that doesn't warrant disproportionate response. But I don't get the way I see it, yeah. That's why I don't like getting into it, because I don't know where the stop line is. I don't know where the stop line is. So see, with me, yeah, I'll either walk away or I don't know. Walk away. Walk away. Because that's what I don't get about. I look at some people online, yeah, and they just like they just don't think about certain things, man. They don't think about, like, yeah, you're gonna put your hand on someone and you're not contemplating what happens when they respond. Weird. Lady Chances Beats. Can one be a real animal lover but are meat eaters? Always struggled with this when was asked. One thing we specialize in as human beings is being contradictions, walking contradictions. So yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can definitely see it. McQuillan, to be fair, the kid was bullying me. Bought this. What I'm trying to read what you're saying. I asked this question about eating meat whilst ordering curry goat and rice. I was a veggie until about 14 and 15. Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, like we contradict ourselves so many times in life. So yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can see someone eating meat and being an animal lover. Although there are people who are saying that is a contradiction. Yeah, of course. Anthony says these days it's the knife business and the endless beef. I'm no roadman to be getting into conflict with anyone. These days I take time to think, is this worth my energy? Yeah, yeah, indeed. Indeed. Fight sports. Okay, so we usually do Monday shows, but couldn't do yesterday. So she's going to do tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK. Come through. Lady Chances, yeah, I love animals. Animals are much better than humans. Yeah. Hey, listen, man. It's been good. It's been a good one. It's been a good one. But I'm going to bid you farewell. Have a great day. Peace.